There's lots of evidence now that take-up of generative AI has been really, really rapid over the last 3 years. So just in general, people are using it for all sorts of things, often for getting information, not just creating media, which I think is what generative AI is supposed to do, create text, create images, etc. It's clear now that people are also using it to get information, which perhaps was an unintended use of generative AI, but nonetheless, it seems to be happening. That being said, I think this kind of use of AI for news, at least in our data, is pretty nascent. So we're talking about sort of 5% of people or less who say that they have done it in the last week. And I think there's also a follow-up question about what are people actually using it for? They could be asking it for a summary of the latest headlines. They could be asking for more depth on a topic. They could be fact-checking. They could be doing all sorts of things around news. But because generative AI is so flexible in that way, there's lots of different ways that people could be using it. And I think that's something we're not quite sort of sure about yet, and it's something we want to dig into a bit more. It's like a lot of things that people do online. They tend to be kind of more widely used or more commonly done amongst the younger age groups, and that's something we've definitely seen. And I think also one of the other things that's quite clear is that people, if they've used AI or if they have certain attitudes towards technology more broadly, they're more likely to experiment with using it for news, for example. So there's all sorts of other factors that are kind of external from news that are shaping people's use of the technology.